just knocked down my light. All right, we are going to get started very shortly. Now that I know that we are live, today we have AMRAPs. So as many rounds as possible. We have 2 sections, and I'm going to be your coach for today. I do have them listed right here if you can, in fact, see these. I'm not really sure if you can. It says 30 sumo squats, 30 plank jacks, and 30 calf raises. I'm hoping you can read that. But if not, I will go over them. Not a problem. So we're going to do our warm-up, and then the squats, the plank jacks, and the calf raises. Boom, 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 boom. As many as you can in the time provided. So the 8 minutes. Then we're going to take a break, and then we're going to do a whole new grouping, 3 more exercises, as many rounds as possible. So let's get started. All you're going to need is a mat. And it looks like with that glare, you definitely cannot read that. All right, so we're going to start with just a march in place, and I'm going to move this so maybe you can read it. So we're marching, and we're just getting ourselves warmed up. Well, let's see. Can we see that now? Oh, yes, we can see that now. We got to put it somewhere where we can see it. How about this? There we go. Now we can see what we are doing today. So we have our sumo squats, our plank jacks, and our calf raises. So we have, let's just warm up. And let's kick. And let's kick back. So I will not be doing the exercises with you today. I will be cueing you, giving you suggestions, things like that. And let's punch. Because sometimes you just got to listen to your body. And if your body says work out, wonderful, great. And if your body says maybe you should take a day and modify, you should. And if your body says, yeah, you know what? Don't work out, then you do something else. Let's punch down. And let's punch up. And let's punch down. And let's punch up. Let's come to high knees. If you want to have weights for today, for the sumo squats and the calf raises, you can. And let's take one more time. But it's completely optional. And bring those feet out, and let's squat. So 30 is the magic number for today. But if 30 is not right for you, you can pick your own number. My suggestion is that if you say, okay, 15 is my number. It's going to be 15 for each one. It's not going to be 15 for one, 30 for the other, 12 for the other. Just pick, make it easy for yourself. Let's come down and hold at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. We're going to do that 2 more times and down. If you pick a different number, you have the opportunity to pick a totally different number. Come up. When we do our round 2. Last time, come down. All right, beautiful. Sumo squats, we're gonna have our feet out wide. If we have a weight, we're gonna either hold it here or here, totally your choice if you want one, and you're gonna come down and you're gonna come up. So we're gonna do 30 of those. Then we have plank jacks. You're gonna be on the ground. You can be on your forearms or on your toes. Legs come out, and legs come back in. So let me turn this way. Legs come out, Come back in. 30 of those. Or you can walk them out and walk them in. Calf raises, if you have weights, you're gonna come up and down. If you don't have weights, that's totally fine. And if you don't have weights, but feels too easy for you, do it on one leg. Either 15 on one, 15 on the other, or 30 on one, 30 on the other. The choices today are endless, and they are yours. You ready? On your mark, get set, and we are off. We are starting with those sumo squats. Remember, those toes are pointed out. And you know what, as I've always said before a million times, if you're like, no, I don't really want to do that, maybe you want to do your squats with those feet together, that's fine, totally cool. I'm just giving you the suggestion of the workouts for today. So we have those sumo squats. Then we're on our forearms or on our hands, and we're jumping out or walking out, coming back in. Big thing, trying to keep your hips down and be in a nice plank. And those calf raises. So I will give you counting along the way, but the idea is to not watch me in the least bit. This is your workout. Sometimes when I'm doing them with you, some people will just follow along and you won't be at that 30 when I switch over, or you go before me and you don't know what to do. So I've managed to make sure I wrote it all out for you today. And it's 8 minutes. Even if you only get through it all one time, it's fine. No worries. Big breaths in, big breaths out, and we're never holding our breath. Sumo squats, plank jacks, calf raises. We are just under the 2-minute mark. This is a great workout to blare some music. So if you don't have music going now, I totally understand, but when we have our break to reset for the second round, maybe get that music on. Sumo squats, plank jacks, calf raises. You can also do calf raises if you want. Instead of just going up and down nice and easy, you can hop. You can add some high intensity in here if you want. With those plank jacks, we can go as fast as you want and get that heart rate up. And then you can come up and do those bouncing calf raises. Options. Remember, 30 is not the be all and end all. Maybe you do 30 the first round through, and you're like, you know what, that was too much. I'm gonna make it 20 the next round. And then maybe you make it 10 the following round. That's totally cool too. We are at 3.5 minutes. We're officially halfway through round 1. How are we doing? Hope we're doing good. Even if you have to break, the idea is to not break during this 8 minutes, I'll be honest. But if you need to, that's totally fine. Always grab water when you want it, and we will definitely have an official break for people to reset, grab water, turn that music on, all that fun stuff. 5 minutes in, 3 minutes to go. Sumo squats. Then those plank jacks. And then those calf raises. The idea is to just keep moving and just keep swimming, just keep going. If you have weights, feel free to drop them if you need to, or feel free to add them. I always try to give modifications down, and I always try to remember to the best of my ability to give modifications up. Final 90 seconds. $60 seconds left. Keep it up. I know you're getting tired. I know those legs are getting tired. But guess what? You know what? When we're done with these, we will involve our legs in the next round, but it is upper body focused, not lower body focused. Upper body and core focused. 40 seconds. 30 seconds. 20 seconds, almost, don't stop. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome work. Put the weights down wherever you are. We have 2 minutes of recovery for me to get the next set up. So we are done with these. Goodbye. See you later. Here we go. Grouping number 2. Roll-ups. Feel like a teacher. Plank walks. Push-ups. So if you want a mat, this is a great opportunity to grab a mat too, because we're going to be on the ground for all 3 of these. So for our roll up, what you're going to do is you're going to lay down on the ground, preferably on a nice cozy mat, and we're going to come up and we're going to either literally pop up off the ground and stand up, or we're just going to roll up and stop and hold. Don't let those feet touch the ground. I'll do this more in frame. So we're rolling down, coming up, and holding. That's number 1. Number 2, we have our plank walk. So we're going to go side to side. We're going to move our right leg and our right arm at the same time. So we're here in our plank, moving the right arm, moving the left arm, with the legs moving at the same time. So we're here in our plank. Boom, 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 and the other way. You decide how you want to work the 30. Is it every movement? Is it all the time you get to the one side and then all the time back? You decide what your 30 is going to look like. But we have 30 there. And then 30 push-ups on your knees, on your toes, on the wall. You can have them staggered. You can have them diamond. You can have them narrow. You can have them wide. You can change them all up all over the place. The idea is the push-ups. So we have those roll-ups. You can just stand or not. The plank walks and the push-ups. One more time through that whole thing with the 8 minutes, and then we're done. All right, are we ready? Hopefully you have your water. Hopefully you have your mat. And we're ready to go in 3, 2, 1, and we're off. So remember with those roll-ups, we're either coming rolling and rolling fast enough that you can come all the way up. Using your hands if you want to push yourself up. Maybe you need them, maybe you don't. Or rolling and then keeping nice and still. Try not to drop those feet. If you drop those feet, that's fine. Not a problem. But you want to use your body to roll up. Try not to touch. And then stop. And then roll back again. That's what we're going for here with those roll-ups. Remember, 30 is our number unless you decide to give yourself a whole new number. And if you find this is too challenging and you want to do a different ab, that's fine. Maybe do some crunches. Maybe do some on the ground, twist side to side. I wouldn't do a plank because with those plank walks and push-ups, you're going to be using a lot of shoulder and upper body. But I would definitely try some different abs. Maybe you can't do 30 roll-ups. Maybe you do 10 roll-ups and 20 crunches. Something like that. And if you're like, I got this, Jen, I want something harder, do those roll-ups and just try not to touch your hands on the ground when you roll up. You're rolling up super fast, and you are just going super fast, and you don't even need those hands to stand up. Options, options, options. And we're already 90 seconds in. This one, depending on how you're doing the roll-ups and depending on how you're doing those plank walks, maybe you're only going to get through this 1 time or 2 times. It'll be a lot slower process than group A because those legs are big muscles and it takes a lot more concentration to do these exercises. If doing the push-ups on your wrists or your hands is too much for you, you can always take one of your weights that hopefully doesn't move, that's not circular. Something with a little hexagon. And maybe you put those on the ground and you do your push-ups here. You don't have to buy like push-up bars for that. You can just use your weight. You put your weights on the ground, you have a nice straight wrist, and you do your push-ups that way. But don't do ones with circles because they will might potentially roll away on you. Always try to use what you have instead of having to go out and buy more. 30 roll-ups, 30 plank walks, 30 push-ups. We are just under 3 minutes. All right, we are halfway. Hopefully you're on to finishing up your first round or into your second round. If you're not, no worries, do your thing, no rush. Just know that we're halfway through. When you're doing those push-ups, no matter what push-up variation you're doing, try to make sure those elbows are tracking back as compared to winged out to the side. You can do them wide, you can do them regular, you can do them narrow, you can do them staggered. You can do them diamond, or if there's some other variation of push-up that you know that you feel comfortable doing, go for it. Take a picture, post it in the comments. And then once we're done with this round, we're done. We're at 5 minutes and 30 seconds in. Two minutes left. Keep going. Roll-ups, plank walks, push-ups. Guess what? We're at 60 seconds left. If you were finishing off during the last couple seconds of this workout routine with those plank walks, just make sure that your movement to the right equals your movement to the left. Everything else, if you stop halfway during those roll-ups, they'll be fine. Unless you're doing staggered, if you stop halfway for the push-ups, you're fine. But those plank walks, you want to make sure that you're equal. 30 seconds left. $20 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are done. Awesome work. All right, grab some water. Come on back, and we will stretch. I'd love to know what you thought about that concept of me staying out of it, coaching you through. All right, let's swing those arms. And let's do a tricep stretch. And switch. Give you a little helpful hint if you ever are doing something like this and you wanted to replay the workout so you can get the 40 minutes in. Pull back. You can use the timing for the 8 minutes, but you can pick totally different exercises for your workout. So if you did the sumos, the plank jacks, and the calf raises for the first round, maybe you do narrow squats, jumping jacks, and hamstring curls on a stability ball for the second round. Pull back. You can pick. You can use the timing and pick different exercises. Cross it over, sit back. Use something for balance if you need it. There's no shame in using something for balance. Go on up, and let's switch sides. Cross it over, sit back. Release, making those feet really wide, and let's lean on in. Sit back. And switch it out, other side. Release, walk those feet in. Face the wall, let's do a calf stretch because we did the jumping with those plank jacks. So first our heels touching the ground, and then we're gonna bend that knee and our heel comes up. And release, and let's switch it out, other leg. Lean on in first, foot on the ground, heel on the ground. And then bend that knee, heel comes up. Release, bring those feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Let's bend the knees and have a nice straight back. So we're here. And then we're gonna drop one shoulder. And we're gonna switch. We're gonna come back to the center. We're gonna heel toe those feet in. And we're gonna drop our head and our neck and our upper back and our shoulders, all those things, and just let ourselves hang here. And very, very slowly, we are going to roll up. We're gonna roll those shoulders back 3 times. And then we're gonna roll those shoulders forward 3 times. And we're gonna take a hand on the side of our head and just bring it down a little bit, just the pressure of the hand. And then we're gonna switch it up, other side. And release, that's it. Awesome work. Love to see your feedback on the coaching session. Think of this as like a group personal training session. Have a great weekend. And I will see you next week.